Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. The next 10 minutes are inspired by a law office and some junk food. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the engine. My father in law owns a small firm, an attorney's firm. And he's the only attorney there. He's not, one of 20 or something. Massive partner, setup, senior, executive, equity, whatever. So he works really hard. I mean, obviously, if there's work to be done, he's going to be the one doing it because who else is doing it? And I asked him once why he didn't have more help because he busts his hump all the time. And he told me something which was really funny. Now, he apparently always has a really difficult time retaining good help. And I think that's almost cliche to say. Good help is hard to find. Fine. But he said it wasn't that he couldn't find good people. And I kind of asked, like, well, what exactly do you mean you can't find good people? Or, excuse me, and it's not that you can't find good people. I thought that was the nature of the problem. He said, no, the problem is that I screw them up. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? I said, what could you possibly be doing? You're the most stand up guy I know. He said, well, the biggest problem is compliments. And I was like, okay. Wait, what? So this is what he told me. He says, look, when somebody comes into the office and starts working, say they're a paralegal or something like that, they usually come in doing a pretty good job because my father in law would work really hard in the interview phase to make sure he found good people. So he finds these good people and he finds a good person and he gives them a job and they start coming and they start doing good work. And my father in law is very positive, incredibly hardworking, but very positive. And what he would do then is he would compliment the work they were doing. So this guy would come in, do some briefs or do some work, and he'd say, "Hey, good job," and the person would say, "Great, great." And slowly, that would erode the relationship. And I could not believe it when he was telling me this. I was like, how does that work? Like what's happening here? And it took me a while, took me years actually in my tutoring business to really start to understand what he meant. This is what happened when you start thinking about compliments. So in my tutoring business, I saw this when I would start complimenting students on the work they would do. Right? So people would come in, say second class, and they'd have the homework done from the first class, and he'd say, "Hey, excellent job, really good job, perfect. Made a couple mistakes. Let's get after them." And then we'd do that. Third class, they'd come in, homework from the second class, done really well, great job, great job. Thanks for getting it done. I know it's a lot. At the end of the third class, you get a practice test. This is a beast. So I prepare people. I let them know ahead of time. In a couple weeks, we're going to have a practice test. So they have this practice test. Say the person gets it done. Comes in the fourth class. Completed practice test. Now, this beast took like 3 hours. And if it's done well, God bless this kid. I used to be all about it. Super well done. Excellent work. I'm really pleased you got this done. I know it was a big ask. Fifth class, the homework's not done. Almost guaranteed. As crazy as it sounds, this is what kind of happens. It becomes a type of currency. The compliments become currency. It's almost like something you can cash in. And not everybody is dealing with students. Not everybody's dealing with young people that are trying to make it through the SAT prep. So the thing I tell them to think about is junk food. Okay? Now this is what happens. You eat well all week. Okay, so you're eating salads, you're eating egg whites, you're eating, whatever it is you consider really clean. Okay, no sugars, very low salt, nothing processed. You're eating real clean. It's awesome. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're dying. Somebody brings brownies in to work, you don't eat them, forget it. And then Friday rolls around. Now, mind you, you've been eating well all week. You've been literally doing everything that you attribute to clean and healthy living all week. And so what do? Friday rolls around and you wreck it. You go out with your friends, or you make a big meal at home, or you get like a little pint of ice cream, and you do the exact opposite of what you had been doing. Now, why are you doing this? Because you actually, in a weird way, saved up like currency your good actions. And because you had so many good actions, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all of Friday night, it's like you get to spend those. You get to spend your good actions, like a little coin in your pocket. You get to spend that on a bad action. And in some weird way, this evens out for us, right? It's like you have an extra glass of wine, or you just like dig into an ice cream sandwich. It's like, well, I did so well before. As if the two things are intimately related. It's almost like we undershoot our goals. Like, say I want to lose a pound, right? I eat as if I'm trying to lose 5 pounds all week long. And then I stuff my face and gain back the 4. Instead of just developing a habit of shooting to lose a pound. That's what we do. That's what junk food is, right? Like, we know it's junk. Nobody's saying it's just food. We call it junk food. And we only justify junk food when we've been eating good food. And we know it's good food. It's good for us. It doesn't taste that bad. I love rice and beans. I eat it every single day. It doesn't taste that bad, and it's not really bad for me. And that's what happens with compliments. That's what would always happen with my student. Every compliment I gave them, it would be like a coin in their pocket that they would save up. And then they just dump it right on me. It's like a student who's done good work for 3, 4, 5 classes. All of a sudden they don't do it. I'm like, why didn't you do this? They said, well, I got the other stuff done. I've always gotten my homework done. I said, I know, but you didn't get this done. You haven't gotten all your homework done. No. I got all of my other homework done. So we're cool. We're cool, right? That's what they would say to me. And my father-in-law ran into the same thing. He would compliment his employees. Really well done. Really well done. Good job. That's perfect. That's just the way I needed it. Slowly, people would stop showing up to work 5 minutes early. Slowly, people would stop showing up to work on time, and they'd be 5 minutes late. Slowly, the work that was great, perfect, just the way I wanted it, slipped a little bit. Until he got to the point with the vast majority of these people that he couldn't have them back because it was all over the place. He couldn't trust the quality of work. He couldn't work with them. Compliments are really, really tricky. And the way we compliment ourselves is even trickier. We don't have to have anyone know that we did well all week long with our diet for us to break that diet. It's enough for us to know. It's enough for us to know that we did a good enough job and justify the metaphysical purchasing of bad decisions, dietarily or otherwise. It's enough for us to know that. And we compliment ourselves and become worse people. We literally lose our own pats on the back to become people we don't want to be. Poor actions, poor diet, poor decisions all around. It's important to give yourself a break. If you do something well, if you clean your room, if you clear off your desk, it's important to reward yourself. It's important to see the value in what you've done. Don't misunderstand me. But for a lot of people, it's also important to change the way we view good actions. These are not small pieces of currency. These are not little tokens you put in your back pocket that you then get to spend on bad action. These are unrelated activities. Your good actions need to become part of who you are. They need to become part of your habits. They need to become part of just your daily routine. They cannot be viewed as currency to spend on really bad, negative behavior that's just going to take you backwards. So the next time you get a compliment from somebody, or the next time you compliment yourself, take the compliment like water off a duck's back. It's there, and now it's gone. Don't save it up. Don't save it up and use it to become a worse person. I'm Matt Todd, and this is Union That Drives Me. Go out and crush it.